Grand rising to everyone joining us. Grand rising, Amenti. How are
Grand
you?
Rising, sister. I am well. I am well. I am well. Greetings from the UK, all the way over to JA, and also greetings to everybody who is tuning in. Welcome, 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 welcome.
All over the world because we have persons tuning in from all over or will see this video later on today. Well,
That's
guys,
right.
you see us smiling and looking very vital and so on. We tired. We are tired
We are.
because you know what? We are doing a lot. I mean, first of all, the energies around right now are very intense. And people who are
Mm.
sensitive like us, we're working in the physical and we're working in the astral. So we tired, but we are good. We're made for this, right, Amenti?
Yes, we are here. The
Yes,
flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong, you know?
that's it. That's it. That's it. So we are on quickly because we want to invite everyone to join us on the 7th of July. That's the 7-7 portal based on Gregorian calendar, but we're not really working with Gregorian calendar. We're working with the heavens, and it's
Yes,
Sirius rising. So,
I say.
what is happening right now on this planet is that the tribes are connecting. The souls that are meant to do work together are connecting. A mentees all the way in the UK. Guys, you would never believe that I have never met a mentee in the flesh because we are so connected. Like literally, we're dreaming with each other. We can't get each other on the phone when we are busy. We cannot get each other on the phone. When it's the right time, we connect and we know it's time to do something together. And this is one
I
of the
say.
moments when we realize that we have to do something together. Coming off the solstice, we are moving right into the Sirius rising. So I'm going to
I
shut
say.
up and allow Amenti to speak about what we're going to be, just a little sneak preview of what we're going to be doing on the 7th. It's going to be 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. Jamaica time. I don't care what you guys doing at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Just make sure you just carve out 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes to connect with us because we are doing very important work for
I
planet
say.
Earth at this time. Guys, I don't
I
need to tell you
say.
what's going on the planet. I don't need to tell you that we need to do the work to push back on some of is what they're trying to do. The cosmos are helping us, but the
Mm.
cosmos can only do as much as they can do when we connect with, tap in, and assist the cosmos to really anchor in certain specific energies on the planet. Over to you, Amenti.
Ashe, Ashe, and what a beautiful, beautiful sharing. Because what you said makes so much sense. Sometimes there's so much going on in the world and we wonder, where is our place? What do we do? How do we show up? How do we be a part of it? And what we don't realize is our energy is the key. Like, our energy is the key. What we pay our attention to, how we utilize our energy, how we channel our energy, how we focus our energy, how we use our words, how we use our intentions. Those are very, 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 very powerful spiritual tools at this time. So I just wanted to say thank you first and foremost, Sister P, as always, for sharing sacred space, and welcome to everyone who is tuned in on this live. I'm sure you're feeling it in the air. There are so many, so many different things that are happening on so many different levels. And based on what level of perception that you are experiencing this experience of life on, you're going to have different things coming up for you. But one thing we know for sure is that we are at the apex of change. And so, especially in this coming month of July, and we've already seen it since April, March, May, June, it's just been constant activations. And we saw last week that there was another peak in the Schumann resonance, because there are so many of us out here doing this work. And sometimes you think to yourself, well, how is this work having an impact on the world? And this is where we have to understand who we are as beings. We are energetic beings. We are electrical magnetic beings. We are standing scalar waves of electricity and information. And when we actually become aware of that, we're able to now utilize our thoughts, our emotions, our power to effectively bring change. It says where more than one of us are gathered, the Most High will be there. The Most High is a frequency. The Most High is a presence. The Most High is a power. And so when we come together and when we use our word, when we use our heart, when we use our energy to visualize a thing, to declare a thing, to decree a thing, it is so. And our ancestors did greater works than us because they were tuned in. They were tuned into the cycles of the earth. They were tuned into the rhythms of the planet. And the Schumann resonance is our opportunity to understand the heartbeat of this planet. So when we as cells in the body of Mother Earth, when we shift in vibration, whether it's, we experience something which is a shock to the human system, whether it was the George Floyd thing, those kind of things also have a peak in energy that impacts the earth. And when we see things that are positive, it also, when we're all investing in something that is positive, it also has the same effect. And if you're smart, you would have seen that over the past, let's say 10 years, the internet has been basically assessing our energy, assessing how we respond to things. And this is why I always talk about moving into the age of discernment. That's where we are right now. So you notice that when they put something on the internet, we don't know whether it's true or not, but we naturally respond. That is to show us the power of our energy, but also how that energy can be harnessed and utilized against us. And that's the difference between being conscious and unconscious. When you are unconscious, you are just triggered by what you see on the internet. You have rage, you do all of this extra stuff. And you realize after a while, after all of that energy doesn't actually amount to any action, but it does add energy to that agenda. And so we have to be conscious about what we're giving our energy to so that we can amplify and activate the results that we want to see, rather than allow our energy to be used and manipulated into manifesting and creating the antithesis, the anti-Christ, the fallen reality. And we do that with our power. So when we're talking about coming together and doing these activations, it isn't just about, coming and having a kumbaya moment. And that's why I'm very much about teaching the spiritual science about this. You are an energetic and vibratory being that has consciousness. Light is not just light. Light is information. So when we talk about things like the blue flame and the blue ray, we're talking about light information. And so when you understand those codes, when you understand the information in those codes, you're able to open up yourself to it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you want to say something, Sister P?
No, I can't agree anymore with you. Like, I think it's so important for you to emphasize how important we are in this thing. We cannot be
We are the
sitting here
key.
waiting for a leader. We are the energy source that is required to come together to trigger, to amplify, and to activate these things. So you are perfectly right. The only thing I wanted to ask you, Menti, there's a lot of stuff on the Instagram right now and on social media about actual beings returning to Earth to help us. And I wondered to myself, are we getting subsumed into this whole dogma thing where we're turning this situation into dogma, where we're waiting for a return and we miss the opportunity to realize that it's actually the return of the light, the return of the frequencies, the blue flame, all the different lights. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be a big mothership with a whole bunch of people coming out of it? Or is the light that is streaming? Because the light that is hitting the planet now is light that we have never had hitting the planet in quite this way before. So that is the light that is happening. So what do you think? I mean, my opinion is that the light that is hitting the planet right now is what it's all about. You tell me.
It's okay, put it this way, it has been written that this time will come, that there would be an evolution in human consciousness, but those who have sought to control and dominate human and suppress them so that they don't awaken have also taken the truth of those stories and woven them into lies. So you have a lot of people, whether it's the New Age, whether it's Christianity, what happens is after a while you end up being usurped out of your own sovereignty and divinity. Why? Because you're then waiting for a savior, which then ties you into a martyrdom complex, which is what keeps keeps you then tied into
Yeah.
the lower three-dimensional realm of this planet. What's happening is you are going to see a shift and a split in terms of the consciousness of humans on this planet. Why? Because there are some that are still tethered to a fallen reality, the 3D reality. There are some that have chosen to come here and tap into that frequency of a savior. But there are also those of us that have come in to evolve the consciousness of humanity. Now, there have always been intergalactic beings on this planet, below this planet, and
Always
who visit this planet. That is like even the
a
Earth, the
given.
version of Earth that we're on right now is not the original version of Earth. So there's always been interdimensional and intergalactic travel. However,
Mhm.
what you will see is they're also trying to create a false disclosure. And what's a false
That's
disclosure? They're
it.
trying to basically create this agenda that then says that there are these beings that are going to come to the Earth, to planet Earth, and save people. But really, what's going to happen is what's going to happen is going to be the antithesis of that, because what's happening is people are giving away their sovereignty for another savior.
That's it.
If you look at even
That's
the
it.
Christ, because it's interesting that we're talking about saviors, because okay, Yeshua, or the consciousness of Yeshua, is actually blue flame technology. And what do I
Yeah.
mean by that? We all come into this realm with a certain level of frequency, with a certain purpose, and the blue flame is the frequency of the messenger, and it's also the frequency of soul evolution. It's like where the DNA codes are able to be activated and upgraded. So even the archetypal story of the Christ was basically a map to show each being how to activate the Christ consciousness within themselves. You have Christ oil within your head. It's about evolution of your consciousness to embody the keys of the Christ. Christ is not a person, it's a title. So, and the Antichrist is when you are in dysentery of, you are in opposition of awakening that Christ. So in a way, sometimes when we are giving and outsourcing our divinity to deities or even this illusion that someone's going to save us, it becomes antichristic in itself. I remember in 2020 when I was invited onto a podcast with a group of women, and we were talking about, you know, the whole thing around Trump at that time, you know, and everyone was talking about him being the savior. And I remember that I got spiritually attacked by a lot of the women on that platform, because I said to them that that's not what it's about. Trump, if you look at the metaphysics of Trump is a wild card, meaning that it can do whatever it wants, and it will seem like it's working for everybody, but it's also working for a mixed agenda. A Trump card is basically to help you as the opponent to know what is truth and what's not truth, and also to remain integral to your own divine compass. So what I'm saying to you is that there will be many martyrs, many people that will be set up as martyrs and saviors to tie people into that paradigm of needing saving. But what we're actually moving into is recognizing that we are the divine consciousness that elevates, because we don't actually need saving from anything. There's nothing. If we've already written this whole story and we've all chosen to come in at this particular time, you go through the experiences that you have written into your soul plan, there's nothing to be saved from. And what I will say to you is that even what you're seeing happening on the global stage right now is just the after effects of what has already taken place in 2020. 2020 was the year of clarity. So, you know, even when we talk about the governmental systems and what's even happening with the government, it's just a parliamentary show. They have no power. So what they are doing is trying to attack and cause chaos in the masses, so that the masses will then create the controversy and chaos for themselves. And that is what is happening. I remember when Spirit said to me, how do you destroy the indestructible? By making it think that it can be destroyed, and then it will destroy itself. So that is why it's important for us to do the shadow work. Now, shadow work isn't about casting out demons. It's about recognizing the demonic forces within yourself that are against your Christ energy, or against your evolution. So it might be your doubt, it might be your jealousy, it might be your fear, it might be your trauma. All of those things need to be elevated to a higher level of conscious awareness within yourself, so that you can evolve beyond those experiences. Now, if we were just supposed to magic them away, then there would be no reason for us to have it. So everything is happening perfectly in alignment for our awakening and our evolution in consciousness, for those who choose to see it and those who have chosen to walk that path. Now, I've always said we're in what's called a bridge zone. So up until 2032, you're going to see more of these stellar activations. You talked about, you know, the fact that the sun is sending out all of this energy, and it's never really been done before. That has always been written, that this would happen at this particular time. So we have to be aware, number one. We have to be able to observe, but we also have to be able to go within. And that's kind of what takes us into this Sirius gateway activation. Our ancestors who were basically connecting with higher levels of consciousness, consciousness were able to learn and understand things beyond what we know, because they were able to engage with higher levels of consciousness. They worked with the rhythms of the earth, but they also worked with the rhythms of the under earth, like the under universe, which is what you call the primordial sea, and with the heavens above. When we look at ancient Kemet, the temples and the pyramids were not just built like that for no reason. They were built in alignment with planetary systems and constellations, so that when the initiates went into those sacred temples and they used tuning forks and sound and tones, which are all 6th and 7th dimensional technology, they were able to access information that was not present in the collective consciousness. And that's what we're talking about with this Sirius gateway. The ancient Egyptian people, they knew, and they not even just the ancient Egyptians, also the Nomos, also the Akans, they all were connected to a spiritual system called Sirius, based on the constellation Sirius. Now, Sirius is seen as our spiritual sun. Every planet within the solar system, so every sun within its own solar system has a higher solar system above it. When we talk about ascension, we're moving from the reality that is based on 1, 2, and 3 dimensional consciousness, which is called a harmonic universe 1, where our main level of consciousness is 3D. We're moving from that into harmonic universe 2, where the main levels of consciousness are 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional, and 6th dimensional. 4th dimensional is the spiritual realm, where we have the spirits, the orishas, the entities, all of those things, which is now why we're now becoming more aware of spiritual warfare. And then the 3rd aspect of that is 5D. 5D is about living from the heart. It's about being able to live beyond your ego, which can only happen when you've consolidated the lower self. Hence why we do the shadow work, so that we can understand and integrate the energies of the lower self and now come into the heart. The higher level of this harmonic universe that we're moving into, and harmonic universe just means the backdrop. Let's say if we're living in a story, the scenes and everything are based on this 6th dimensional technology. And 6th dimensional technology is sound, it's tones, it's words, it's light, because light is information. All of this AI stuff, again, it has a spiritual entity because it comes in at 4th dimensional technology. It has a name, it has an energy, it in itself is an entity. And you always find that everything in not even nature, but in creation, especially within this world, you have like a mirror consciousness. So where you have a divine intelligence that's awakening within us, we also have the false artificial intelligence that's also awakening. The thing that we don't understand is that the artificial consciousness or the artificial intelligence is always going to be reliant on the divine intelligence anyway. But what's happening is most people are outsourcing their intelligence because it's easier to feed into something else. So even the internet has become part of this God consciousness, of this dark fallen God consciousness, because people treat Google like it's God. People treat AI like it's God. They don't sit and wait and receive and ask the questions, like put the questions out and wait for it to come back. They would rather outsource their divinity. So it's not necessarily about the fact that, you know, one consciousness is coming to take over the other. It's really about where each human being is and where their perspective lies, so that they know how to integrate and work with the technological advancements that are going to be available to us. Did you want
Beautiful,
to say
beautiful
something, sis,
explanation.
before?
Yeah, I was just saying, because people think that AI is God, when they decide to switch things around, as in they can put misinformation and plant um, incorrect data, and we're going to just go, yes, Google said it or AI said it, so it's true. So this is another
Exactly.
reason why I keep saying, guys, rely on your internal guidance, and you
Mm.
know, keep Google at an arm's length, keep AI at an arm's length, utilize it, but don't defer to it and allow it to go forward. So yes, amazing point. But guys, I just want you to understand that what we will do on Monday is going to be very powerful. Um, a mentee has gotten specific downloads and codes to carry out this work. And those of you that are led or guided or triggered to be a part of it, you will know. We don't have to promote anything to you. We don't have to advertise. This is a transmission. If you receive it,
Mm.
you receive it. Yeah, and that's it,
Okay.
plain and simple. So you are cordially invited to join us. I have provided the links in the description below. You can click on it. It's $7 to 17. Sorry, 7 to 17 pounds. Okay, so just understand that this is because we really want you all to be present. We know the time is a little off, but wherever you are in the world, you will know whether you are supposed to be a part of this. So I really encourage you to not just um, make a little note in your calendar, but to share this with all the other souls that you believe need to be part of this. We've all been doing so much work around the solstice. People in North America, they just went up the hill. They went up Stone Mountain the other day. I want to encourage anybody who was on Stone Mountain to be part of this as well. Everything is connected. Everything is a continuation of everything. Guys, trust
Ashe.
me in this. So wherever you are in the world, as I said before, we're doing grid work. So wherever you are in the world, the more the merrier, the more diverse points you are. All the people in South Africa, we're calling you. All the people in South America, we're calling you. All the people all over North America, all over Europe, all over the continent of Africa, especially. We would love to have you. So see if you can figure out the time zone and
Well, let me
click
just
on the
add
link
to that.
below. Go ahead.
Because one of the things that we have to understand is that time doesn't even exist. So one of the things that I've been guided to advise is that even if you can't make it for that specific time, there's two things that you can do. So I would suggest that you still book it, because then you can
Mhm.
get the recording of the activation and you can listen
Yeah.
to it at 7 o'clock in your own space. But also at that particular time, it might be 1 o'clock in Jamaica, 2 o'clock wherever else. If you can just take 5 minutes and just take yourself somewhere out of your work environment, just take 5 minutes and sit down and ground and just visualize yourself in blue flame, because that
Yeah.
blue flame is basically going to, number one, energetically start to wake up your cells. When we talk about blue light, when we talk about light, it's frequency. And the blue flame or the blue light is to do with spiritual advancement, it's to do with cellular healing, and it's to do with awakening of consciousness. So this isn't just about us even being in the meditation, it's learning how to use the spiritual technology of your intention, your presence, and the frequency of blue. And it's also
Mhm.
connected to, like I said, the Blu-ray, Yeshua, and messages. So you just sitting in that space for 5 minutes, setting your intention to connect with truth, your divine truth, your divine power, and to receive the activation that is divinely aligned for you, it will be so. That is purely all that needs to take place. But yes, you don't, if you want to be a part, please do still sign up, and you can we can send you the activation, and you can use that at any point to start activating those key codes within yourself. Thank you, Sister P.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And so we end our little discussion because we really need to rest. Menti needs to
Yes.
rest. I'm going to
You
do
know,
some
right?
more good work and I'm going to call her and disturb her. Guys, when I tell you
Yes.
the amount of things that are going on, this is why we really need all of us to tap in, so that
Yes.
when we do other work, you are also benefiting, right? Guys, this is complicated, but some of it you'll get to understand when you turn up, because it's not just a session and the activation. A mentee is going to be sharing just knowledge, because she's that woman. She's that woman who's going to be teaching, sharing, and showing us the way. Some of us were
Yes, I.
born to do this, and she's one of them.
Yes, I.
And I am so honored to know you, a mentee. I am
I
so
love
proud of
you
the work
too.
that you're doing, and I'm so
Thank you.
glad that we're able to do it together. Yes, this is like a play date.
Come on.
Virtual play
Yes.
date.
Come on, Queen.
All
Come on,
right,
Queen.
guys.
I
So
love you.
I thank you all. If you just coming on, just click and watch the whole video again, and we'll see you on the 7th of July. That's the peak of Sirius rising, and the
Yes.
details for signing up are in the description below. So please go ahead and sign up. See you on Monday. Thank you, Amenti.